Well, India, the world's largest democracy, is gearing up to count its population for the first time in 16 years. After a 5-year pause due to the COVID pandemic, the decennial census is all set to resume.
But the exercise has already triggered a political controversy. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi have written a joint letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi questioning the decision to use open-ended questions to record caste details.
Well, in the letter written in Hindi, the Congress leaders argue that the move will render the data obtained from the caste census useless. Kharge and Gandhi argue that instead of allowing people to record caste names freely, the government should prepare a fixed list of castes, allowing enumerators to record answers against this list. At the heart of this debate lies a simple question. How do you record castes in a country where the same caste can have different names, subcastes and spellings in different parts of the country? The Congress leaders argue if people from the same caste are recorded under different names, one caste could end up being counted as several different groups, and this would defeat the very purpose of a caste census. In their letter, Kharge and Rahul Gandhi cite examples of similar surveys conducted in Telangana and Bihar using caste lists.
प्रधानमंत्री का कोई इरादा नहीं है ईमानदारी से ठीक ढंग से ये जाति जनगणना कराया जाए। इनकी कोई मंशा नहीं है। इसको एक तरीके से आप कह सकते हैं सेल्फ सबोटाज है। खुद इसको बेमतलबी जनगणना बना रहे हैं।
Earlier this month, the Ministry of Home Affairs had released a Gazette notification revealing a list of questions that will be asked during the exercise. The 2027 census will have 40 questions compared to 29 last time. Among the most significant additions is a question on caste. Every census since independence has separately counted scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. But this time, caste data will be collected from every individual. It also includes a question on nationality, which the previous census did not have. Other additions are place of COVID vaccination, information about mobile number, Aadhaar number, and voter ID number. The Congress has now demanded the government to scrap the current questionnaire and prepare a new one. Another point of contention is the absence of a nationwide list of all castes and subcastes. For instance, take the other backward classes or OBC community. The Central OBC list has 2,749 entries, but states have their own OBC lists. A state like Tamil Nadu has 182 OBC entries on the central list, but 252 entries on its state list. Similar discrepancies exist across all states, which makes counting castes accurately a Herculean task.
The issue of caste has been a political hot potato in India. Political parties and civil society groups have repeatedly asked the government to conduct caste census. Those in favor of the exercise argue that it is important to address social inequality, ensure equal distribution of resources, and monitor the effectiveness of affirmative action. On the other hand, critics of the caste census claim that it reinforces the caste system and leads to further social divisions. Whichever side of the debate you stand on, the contentious question of caste is set to make its debut in the 2027 census, and by the looks of it, it is set to be yet another political flashpoint between the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party and the opposition Congress.
Neeraj Chaudhary, political commentator and senior journalist, is now joining us live from New Delhi. Chaudhary, thank you very much for your time and welcome to the broadcast. Do you think the opposition has a point when it says that the government should eliminate the questionnaire on caste?
Yeah, but they are saying rework on it because at the moment it's not specific enough, the caste question, without, giving categories of what caste you are, you belong to. You can give your caste name. People will just say, I am Dhivar, I'm Modi, I'm, Teli, I'm, it may not, or just a caste name. And where does it all go? It may lead to, there are 3,000 castes in India. There are at the level 25,000 what are called subcastes. And then there are the regional wise divisions. So that it's a mind-boggling number. And what also happens is that a caste in one state may be an OBC, other backward classes, which have affirmative action provided for them. And in another state, they may not belong to, they may be forward caste, upper caste, and may not be eligible for that. For instance, the caste of Modi is an other backward class in the state of Gujarat, but in some other state it may not be. It's a trading community. So this kind of discrepancy, paradox, it's going to be, as I say, mind-boggling exercise. And the opposition parties are saying, you know, streamline it. If the purpose of the whole exercise is to numerically know what castes and which castes and how many, what the numbers, from the point of view essentially of providing them programs that will help them or affirmative action to which they are eligible, then you need to categorize them in broader categories, you know, like the other backward classes, the scheduled caste belonging to, you know, those who are outside the caste system and were formerly called the untouchables, and so on. Now, the problem is the deadlock between the ruling side and the opposition. So you don't have an LOP who can pick up the phone and talk to the Prime Minister and say, look, this is not working. Let's think of a new formula and we'll come back to the table on you and work this out. That seems not to be possible because each one of them have their own agenda that they are pursuing politically.
Okay.
And I must add, give me, if you have half a minute, that the other backward classes and the scheduled castes and the women and minorities are very much a potential vote bank that the Congress party in the opposition is eyeing for the forthcoming elections in the state in 2027 and the general elections in 2029. So this exercise is not just a mere exercise. It's also with both sides keeping an eye on elections in the future.
And so, Neerja ji, because both sides are keeping a close eye on this particular census, wouldn't it benefit both sides if, you know, the caste census remains, the questionnaire remains, but perhaps in a different format, in a different avatar? Maybe, you know, the government and authorities can work on something like, you know, having a subcategory to that caste or different names that one caste has. Can we have that option?
Well, you can. Theoretically, of course you can. But you see, for instance, the ruling party, the BJP, has a following amongst the other backward classes as well as the upper caste. So it has to do a tightrope walk. The Congress party is trying to create a new constituency, a new narrative around as the, you know, the other backward classes and the lower castes and the minorities, etc., etc. So they, you know, their goals are different at the moment. Who they are, whose allegiance they are trying to win, and who they cannot afford to let go of. So I think, you know, theoretically, yes, it is a, you know, there are the sensible things to do, but politically more difficult to swing.
Okay. All right. Ms. Chaudhary, thank you very much for your insights. We'll have to leave it there and see how this census will be conducted in India. Thank you.
Thank you.